State. In Columbus, big expectations for Buckeye wide receiver Marvin Harrison Jr. Last year, he led the Big Ten in receiving touchdowns with 14, was second in both catches and receiving yardage en route to All-America honors. Son of an NFL Hall of Famer, Harrison's game is a little different than his dad's. He's a good 4 inches taller, but among the things they do share, they let their games do the talking. And while there are plenty of respect and preseason accolades for the junior, including preseason Big Ten Offensive Player of the Year, Harrison knows he has to put the work in on the field.
I think I already have a lot of expectations on me, so an award like that doesn't really add too much. The preseason awards are really a little weird to me because you still have to go out there and play that year. I don't think you get any awards for doing nothing. Next year I have to prove a lot of things.
Overall, he's a good receiver. I have a huge amount of respect for his game. He's going to be a top pick when he declares. He's a good receiver. One thing I do remember for sure is he's very quiet. I remember wanting him to say something. But that's the type of guy he is. His game is going to speak for him. So I can't wait to match up against him again this year.
Coach Mick has been kind of pushing me to be more of a vocal leader, especially in the locker room. I'm more of a quiet guy. I kind of lead by example, but Coach Mick has got me speaking to the team, speaking to the workout group, just telling them something motivational before the workout or at the end of the workout. So definitely grown in that area a lot thanks to Coach Mick.
We talked about it yesterday as a staff. We can't, at the end of the game, look down at the stat sheet here and say, well, Marvin touched it once or twice. That's not acceptable. We have to figure out ways to get him the ball. But at the same time, like you said, if we're in 3-by-1 to the boundary, they got to double team him. There's not a lot of people that can cover him. It's just there are probably not some people in the NFL maybe that can cover him. He's that talented of a player. We're very fortunate to have him. So what does that mean? Well, there's going to be times where he's going to dictate coverage, and there's also other times Emeka's going to dictate coverage. He's had one of the more productive years last year than anybody in Ohio State history. This is a really good player, and same thing with Travion at tailback. So, it's going to be interesting to see how teams play us. But there's going to be times where, the quarterback's going to have to find the one-on-one, and that's part of it. But we also need to do a great job in the offensive staff of finding ways to get touches to our playmakers.